Okay, so there's this thing kind of swirling around the internets, and it's the feeding frenzy on this one's a little bit over. I'm kind of late to the trough here, but it's somebody, I don't know, someone or somebody, some person or persons, I don't know where it came from, but there was something on the internet where a woman had said that she feels safer coming across the bear in the wilderness than she does an actual man. Or she'd rather spend time with a bear than a man in the woods. Something about like knowing what to expect from the bear. Well, everybody's just kind of, coming up with all the memes and all this stuff. And I tell you what, I'm not so quick to criticize, because this sort of thing walks on both sides of the street, as they say. And I, in the woods, would actually feel safer running into different shares of my favorite Vanguard index funds over a woman. I would much rather run into a share of Vanguard VTSAX, Vanguard Total Stock Market Fund Admiral share. I would rather run into one of those any day walking along a trail in the woods than I would a woman. I feel much safer around the Vanguard share than I would a woman. And I'm perfectly, understanding of that whole mindset. I really do. To each their own. I'm a big to each their own kind of person. And I'm totally understanding that. I would rather run into a share of Vanguard VTSAX, Vanguard Total Stock Market Fund Admiral shares, or I would rather run into a share of VPADX, Vanguard Pacific Rim Index Fund Admiral share. I'd rather run into either of those shares any day than run into a woman in the woods, walking along a trail or otherwise. I would totally feel more comfortable and safer running into those Admiral shares any day of the week than I would running across a woman or a group of women any day. And how many times have I actually gone into the woods and brought my own Vanguard shares just to like chill out with? I mean, I've actually chilled out next to a creek one time with actual shares of my Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund Admiral shares. I've just brought my own shares to chill out with. I didn't even take the chance of running into shares. I just brought my own shares to chill out with because I felt safer rather than bringing a woman into the woods with me. So I'm a big, to each their own type of guy. And I think that anybody out there should just be more tolerant of other people's views. That's all I think. Because, who am I to call out when I'd rather bring shares or run into shares of VTSAX, Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund Admiral shares into the woods rather than run into another human being, a woman human being. I totally feel safer around the Admiral shares. And that's just my feelings. And there's really nothing's going to change that. And so I'm not so quick to judge the whole, man versus bear argument. Because for me, woman versus Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund Admiral shares VTSAX argument, it's already been decided. I would much rather be around the VTSAX than be around the woman. I just feel 1,000 times safer, calmer, and more collected if I was around the Admiral shares versus a woman, or even the VPADX Admiral shares versus a woman. So, to each their own. Don't worry about the haters. Just let the haters worry about you. See you guys on the next one. Bye.